Without Samsung announcing the Galaxy S8 at this year's Mobile World Congress, things were a little bit more quiet than what we're used to. Still, there was a lot of cool stuff to be excited about. I'm Martin from TechAltar. I just came back from Barcelona, and here is my most and least favorite tech from MWC 2017. While as a complete package, my favorite device of this MWC would have to be the LG G6, and I've made a full video about why that you can see here, I would like to focus on individual features for this video. And I think it was surprisingly enough Sony who blew me away in this department. For years now, we have been confused by Sony making the best smartphone camera sensors and some of the best mirrorless cameras on the market, and yet failing to create truly outstanding smartphone cameras on their own devices. But that might hopefully change now. In the newly announced Xperia XZ-S and the XZ Premium, Sony has put what sounds like a pretty damn impressive camera. They had a demo with 960 frames per second slow motion video recording at 720p, which looked absolutely out of this world stunning. Like literally everyone who saw the demo was wowing all the time. Now the way it works is that during a regular video capture you can tap this slow-mo button and freeze the next about 0.2 seconds or so, after which it automatically goes back to normal 30 frames per second recording, which I thought was a really clever way of getting around the memory buffers and processing bottlenecks. You get to freeze all the important moments, and yet you also get to shoot a long video. All of this is enabled by a new sensor which has its own memory, allowing it to save images much faster than regular smartphone cameras. It also comes with significantly larger pixels than what was found in the last model, so maybe, just maybe, I hope this time around Sony will finally be able to beat the competition at the camera game. The feature that I disliked the most this year would have to be the new home button of the Huawei P10. And I know this is a matter of personal preference, but I just hate it so much. I walked into the Huawei booth like a regular consumer would, without reading up on anything, and it took me more than 3 minutes to figure out how this button works. Sure, once someone tells you, it's fairly obvious, but there are no visual clues. Nothing. So the button does 4 things, which if you ask me is just way too much. It's a fingerprint reader, it's a back button if you tap it lightly or swipe to the left, a home button if you long press it, and a multitasking button if you swipe to the right. How? How on earth should regular people figure this out without any visual clues and without any other phone manufacturer using the same system? A button shouldn't need a manual or a tutorial. It should be obvious from the start and have visual clues like, you know, a little house for home and a little back arrow for back. And yes, you can turn the on-screen keys on if you want, and they're even customizable, which is nice, but this phone wasn't designed to be used with them, as they're off by default, and if you add them to the screen, you get an epic double bottom bezel, a physical one on the bottom and a software one on top of it, so that's not a very good option. And worst of all, half of the time it doesn't even work well. It's a solid state button, so you don't have a click, only a vibration, which is way too weak for some reason. The home button needs too hard of a press, and multitasking is just about the least reliable thing I've seen on any smartphone ever. Really, it fails to register so often that together with the lack of any sort of visual clue, I think regular users might not even notice that multitasking exists. If I wanted to hide a feature, this is exactly how I would do it. Now, I can already hear some of you typing in the comments angrily, Martin, if you hate it so much, why don't you just turn the software buttons on and be done with it? But my problem is, A, most people won't do it because the default method is to not have them on. B, I won't do it because, well, I mean, of course I won't buy the phone, but also even if I did buy the phone, I wouldn't want to have the double bezel. And C, the implementation is so bad, it blows my mind that Huawei could put something like this out in the market. Anyway, if you enjoyed this video, hit the thumbs up button if you want to see the rest of my MWC coverage. It should be somewhere here. And I'm filming or at least I'm editing a 360 video tour of MWC right now. So if you're interested in that, be sure to subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.